My so-called life is sponsored by... So it definitely has been an eventful month here in the House of Sewing. I've purchased a sewing machine. I have quite a few makes, but more than anything else, the Great Cleaning 2025 is underway. A while ago, I turned my middle bedroom into a closet, and I absolutely fell in love with the idea. And then it became Clothes Mountain. That room has almost 5 or 6, if not more, years of makes, and I finally decided to do something about my closet. So, like I always say, instead of talking about it, let's go check it out.
They're just touching Touchtronic memory machines.
Incredible.
I'm Polly Bergen. Only Singer makes machines this easy to use. Touch. The memory remembers your stitch pattern instantly. Touchtronic speed control remembers to adjust your fabric thickness.
What about basting?
Touch. Great. You can forget about your sewing machine and concentrate on sewing. The Touchtronic memory machine family. Come take a test, Touch. 100 million people sew easier with Singer.
My original idea of having a walk-in closet was something that I was excited to create. And over the years, that room has grown. I've made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items. I've gone to thrift stores from here all the way to New Mexico, all the way back to Seattle, all the way back to Southern California. I have gone to every Goodwill, Saver, thrift store, charity shop that I could get my hands on and brought it back to my house. For the past 4 years, more than anything else, I have been thrifting. And now I have to go through this room and sort out the things that I really want and the things that I'm going to donate. I've purchased 15 tubs. It started out with 4 tubs, and I quickly realized I'm going to need a lot more. In a funny way, ordered tubs on Amazon, not realizing that the size wasn't anything that I needed, but I used it anyways. This has been an amazing adventure. And I know I'm talking about cleaning my closet, but this is what I love to do. And everything that I love to do is in that room. For the past 6 or 7 years, I have been sharing and sewing everything I could get my hands on, and it had to go somewhere. So I'm going to do some justice by cleaning this room, and we'll see how it ends up. You know, in a weird way, sitting in this chair is a victory because this chair was covered in clothes a week ago. 5 or 6 days ago, I decided to clean this room, and I am finally here. It feels good. This is my happy place. Everything that I've ever made in the past is here in this room. The things I sit in here and plan for the future. At least that's what I used to do. It feels good to be back. It feels good to be surrounded by everything I've ever made, everything that I've purchased, and a reminder that I do not need another black t-shirt. I am definitely calling this a victory here in the House of Sewing. So about 2 months ago, I was minding my own business, wandering around a semi-local thrift store. I stumbled upon this sewing machine, and I noticed that they wanted almost $100 for a machine that didn't even have a belt. So I moved on. As the weeks went on, I noticed the price drop, but it just wasn't enough. And then last week, I walked into that thrift store once again, minding my own business, and they only wanted $20 for the machine. I couldn't back my car up fast enough. Really, what I wanted this machine for was the motor, because this particular motor on the Kenmore 158 is compatible with most Singer sewing machines. So I used this particular motor for everything. I was actually excited because in my mind, I was paying $20 for a motor. But then I found a belt for the machine, and now it works perfectly. So this is another beautiful addition to the House of Sewing, but this is something that I think is going to either live in my living room, on the roof. I have no idea. But this is another beautiful addition to the House of Sewing. And I am stoked because I got it running. Another victory here in the House of Sewing. So this month, I have had nothing but inspiration. When I went to the Las Vegas Quilters Quilt Show, I purchased a panel from one of the many wonderful vendors. I've had it for a while, and I finally decided to do something with it, and I am in love with the results. I'm all about being abstract and having a giant hood, and the results were exactly what I was looking for. I love how the panel pops. I decided to make this a tunic, and this is something that I wear all the time. I also decided to make a Star Trek inspired coat. At first, I was going to make something extremely conventional, but then I decided to go outside the box because not everything necessarily has to follow the rules. I love how this came out. This is green tweed and it shines. Lately, I haven't had access to my tweed vendors, and I'm kind of going through this thing of looking for fabric and going through all of the fabric in my house. And just like my no-buy, I'm starting to realize I live in a fabric store. So I'm going to be okay. My vendors have disappeared, but that just gives me the opportunity to meet new people and find new stores. So I'm actually really excited, and I just look at this like another adventure here in the House of Sewing. If you've made it this far, I absolutely thank you. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time.
With your feet on the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head will collapse.
Okay, I can move my arms. Rah, rah, rah. Rah, rah, rah. Also, I purchased blah, blah, blah. That's too much. All right, come on. All right. It's been a while. No, it's been a while. It's okay.